Let's talk about music. People love their music. I love my music. I used to be a metalhead. I listen to heavy metal. And when I say heavy metal, I don't mean the heavy metal that is popularized. I mean, more of it is popularized today in American culture, but most of it is still not. I'm talking about heavy metal that comes out of Europe, that comes out of Asia. I'm talking about folk metal, power metal, Mongolian metal, where they're throat singing and playing metal at the same time. All these different metal cultures from around the world where it's metal music with the culture behind it, but a lot of it seems in your mind when you listen to it very high vibrational, because when you listen to it, it's very good music. A lot of it's orchestral. A lot of it is performed by musicians who have been to Juilliard, who have been to these very prestigious schools. They're extremely talented musicians, and they're singing about topics like philosophy, science, spirituality, mythology, folklore. They're singing about intelligent topics. They're not just singing about emotions. Not that emotions aren't intelligent, but if you listen to popular music, what is it? I always describe it as a lot of popular music is repetitive tones and like shake your butt, shake your butt, shake your butt type things. Repetitive things, because they sink into the mind, they repeat, they become addictive, and people love them. And the music is good to dance to, but they don't realize they're being programmed to listen to it because of the repetition, because of the repetitive tones and the things that are used. One of the examples I like to use is Freddie Mercury. He wrote Bohemian Rhapsody. The song's taking me a minute to pull out of my mind. Freddie Mercury wrote Bohemian Rhapsody. A beautiful song. Awesome. Probably one of the most iconic songs from the 80s, where if you play that song, even if you don't know the name or know who Freddie Mercury is, you know the song. And it's one of those songs where the lyrics are just amazing to it. Very, very beautiful lyrics, very awesome lyrics to sing and stuff. One writer. Most songs today that have a repetitive chorus, that have 3 or 4 lines of lyrics to them, that are some of the most popular songs, they have a team of writers. They have teams of writers creating these songs, but they're creating them to get you addicted to them, to get you addicted to the music. So you don't pay attention to the lyrics, you don't pay attention to things. It's all about, can we get people to listen to the music so that we can get #1 records, #1 billboards, all this type of thing, so that we can pull money in from people. Music is vibrational. Music is vibrational. And let me just say it again, it is vibrational. It's true. I mean, you can put a speaker to, you can feel the vibration of it pushing out vibration. There's a book about water crystals, and I'll try to remember to put this into the comments too, but there's a scientific book about water crystals that actually shows the difference in water that had music played to it, whether it was heavy metal, orchestral, rap, rock, folk, all that sort of thing. They show the difference in the crystals. Music changes the vibration. And one of the worst forms of music is heavy metal. It actually distorts and doesn't allow crystals to appear. Rock, the music that was beautiful, that was classical, those create crystals. Modern music creates really weird, funky crystals. All the genres of modern music are all over the place. Music has vibration. A lot of people listen to music and they go, I don't pay attention to the words. Well, remember, words are powerful. Your subconscious always hears what's around you. So if you're playing music and you're not paying attention to it and it's just background noise, but you're playing it, remember, whatever words you're playing are programming your subconscious. So when you're hearing those popular music titles who sing about sex and drugs and all these other things, all these negative, low vibrational topics, you're programming your mind towards those outcomes, towards manifesting those things. When you listen to music that is about being depressed, losing your house, losing your job, losing your relationship, being in negative relationships, being abused, being in toxic environments, doing all this stuff, you're programming yourself to manifest that, to be the energy of that. And then the music itself is used to keep you addicted to it. Pop music is popular, and if you listen to a lot of it, it's repetitive tones. It's repetitive things to keep you listening, to keep it popular. But then you have things like heavy metal, where I wasn't listening to what people think of heavy metal. When people think heavy metal, they think deep gutturals you can't hear, you can't understand, and that sort of thing. That's not the stuff that I was listening to. They think, lyrics that are dark and dismal. It's not the stuff I was listening to. I was listening to heavy metal that was very singing about mythology, folklore, science, the future, creating stories. Some of these artists actually create fantasy stories and write. The way of writing the story is to sing the music, to play heavy metal and sing the story over top of it. Very awesome, beautiful stuff. But here's the thing. The heavy metal actually has an effect on your vibration. The lyrics might be positive. The lyrics might be beneficial. The lyrics might be full of knowledge and wisdom. But the metal distorts your vibration, breaks it. It's very important to understand. The music you're listening to, whether it's the sounds of the instruments, whether it's the lyrics that you're listening to, it all has a vibrational impact. And you can see that in scientific studies with like water crystals. I started raising my vibration. I changed my diet. I did all this stuff. I was raising. And I started noticing I'm having trouble listening to heavy metal. Why am I having trouble? I love this. I'd be like, I love this band. There are bands I absolutely adore in the heavy metal industry that are extremely talented musicians, extremely talented poets and artists, storytellers. I couldn't listen to them anymore. I still can't. If I turn heavy metal on, I have to be in a very specific mood and very aware of the energy around me to listen to it. Sometimes I get to listen to some of it because when I'm in a spirit art reading, I'm guided to songs that serve the client and the vibration of the client. So I get to taste it every once in a while through those methods, which is beautiful because I appreciate it more. But for my own daily life, I can't just put on a playlist of Viking metal or of just all these, pirate metal, dwarven metal, all these different bands. I can't put on these playlists and listen to them because I immediately, as soon as it turns on and starts playing, I immediately feel the vibration push against mine. Mine is so much higher. The vibration of the metal is so distorted. It's trying to shift my field and shift it into that distortion. I don't want that. I want to listen to music that's uplifting. I want to listen to music that's calm and peaceful and high vibrational. There's a reason that when you meet ETs and beings of other worlds, their music is very tribal in many ways, very lyricless. A lot of them don't have lyrics. They just listen to tones. They listen to frequencies. They listen to things we might say are like futuristic. We might hear in like a futuristic sci-fi movie of somebody playing. They listen to instrumental stuff, and it's not chaotic. It's not, doesn't have lyrics over top of it that are negative and emotional and not valuable to the idea of raising your vibration. Doesn't mean you can't listen to these forms of music. It just means you need to be aware of what you're consuming, aware of the lyrics, aware of the effect of the instruments. Aware of the people singing is another thing. There are people singing in these industries that actually want you to hear these lyrics to bring you down. In the metal industry, this is very true. I had friends who would be like, they loved these bands who were extremely violent, who were extremely low vibrational, and words I don't like to use to describe ways of life, but very low vibrational, very negative, very anti high vibrations and light. My friends would listen to these bands. They would love them. They're like, this is awesome. This is great. And I'd look at them. I'd like, why do you like this? It's so bad. And they go, it's all a joke. It's just all a joke. It's part of the gimmick. I'm like, no, these people believe it. They energetically believe in the music they're creating about dark entities, about dark vibrations. They believe this stuff. And you can feel it when you're higher vibrational. You can feel that they believe this stuff. And it's not just in the metal industry, it's in the other industries too. That they believe the words they're saying, and they're trying to get you to believe them too. Because that's power and energy towards their goals and their reality that they live in. So what are you listening to? Not only the instruments or the lyrics. Who are you listening to? What is the motivation behind the music? Is the motivation pure? Are they just telling a story, an experience? Are they just sharing with the world? Are they trying to uplift it? Or is there something more? Are they trying to get your money? Are they trying to be famous? Are they trying to promote a dark agenda? Are they trying to do other things? What is it that you're listening to? Music is a powerful thing for your vibration because it affects the environment around you. It programs the environment, and your environment has to respond to the frequencies and sounds and vibrations around it. So if you're constantly pumping music into your room, it will change the vibration of your room. It's very important to understand that. So after this lesson, take a minute, step back, and ask yourself, what am I listening to? Really sit back and review the artists, review the lyrics you're listening to. Are they bad? Are they programming you? Are the tones meant to keep you addicted to listening to them? My advice is start listening to more indie folk types of music, instrumental music, frequencies. Learn about frequencies. In raising your vibration, I can't remember if I have this on my list. I might have to add it. As I know, I didn't know about healing frequencies and stuff when I wrote the book. But you can listen to frequencies too that are beneficial to you. Solfeggio frequencies. So you want to listen to those types of things. Frequencies, instrumental music. Instrumental music because there's no lyrics you have to worry about. You can pick and choose which calm instrumental music you listen to. Classical is amazing. Beethoven, Mozart, all that stuff. The things a lot of people today are like, well, I don't want to listen to. It's actually, as you raise your vibration, you'll find yourself shifting and being like, this is beautiful music. This is amazing music. Don't have to worry about lyrics either. And then you start shifting and you start going into other forms of music, whether it's lyrical or not. You can find genres that call to you for your vibration. But when you do that, you'll go back to listening to whether it's heavy metal, country, rap, rock, all that, the popular genres. And you'll be like, man, this just, I can't, it's almost like vibrating against your body in a way that isn't positive. And you'll start to go, oh, yeah, I do want to listen to less of this and more of this. And it's going to be different for each person because we're all vibrating differently. So for my journey, I can no longer listen to heavy metal in a focused session for a long time. For others, it might be something else. If you're listening to a lot of country, you might find out that country fades to the side and you start listening to more indie folk or indie country. Things that have more uplifting messages, more uplifting tones. But that's what it's about, just watching what you're consuming, because most of the popular music out there, it's not really that good for you. The tones are meant to make you addicted. The frequencies that are in them, the lyrics that are in them, the people that are behind creating them. There's a lot of agendas, there's a lot of money involved, and it all leads to our consumption of music to continue consuming it, and that affects our vibration. So that's the lesson for today. Pay attention to the music you're listening to and try to review it and see what you can do better. Thank you again for watching, and we'll continue on.